Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Hey, it's day 23 of the What's on Tap podcast.
Now it is the penultimate day to Christmas.
It is the penultimate
It
day.
is Christmas Eve tomorrow.
Damn it. I meant to look up whatever that word was.
Yeah, from yesterday?
Yes.
Nah.
I'm maybe we'll look up tomorrow. Who knows? We got. I don't know. It didn't happen.
If you don't have all your presents wrapped by now, you are screwed.
You haven't bought all your presents by now. You're also.
Oh, if you haven't bought them, you're screwed. But you don't actually have time to wrap them.
Well, I'm very excited about this one because this is my last beer for the calendar, and this is one of the first beers that I purchased for the calendar. Ooh. So I've been looking forward to this one the entire month.
Yeah. This is a good one. This
is one that I know that you've had.
This one that I loved.
I figured you would.
This is Dugges Lyx, a bourbon barrel-aged imperial extra very vanilla and chocolate stout. It comes in at 17% ABV.
Yeah.
So I think we tried when it was first. You've never tried it?
I haven't tried this. No.
Huh.
I got it for the calendar, and I was just like, I'll save this and drink it on the.
Now I remember Pontus. Every listener knows Pontus, who's been on the show multiple times. He said, "Oh, Martin, can you please buy this for the next tasting?" And that was a long time ago when this was first released.
Well, I saw it in your fridge.
That might have been the tasting, and then he managed to try it, and someone else managed to try it. So I never brought it to that tasting. Then I tried it, and I bought 2 more cans.
Oh wow!
So the first time I tried it was the best.
Yeah.
Second and third were slightly lower than that. So now I'm really hoping, because now it's been a while.
Recapture that magic of
now it's been a while. So I'm really hoping we can recapture the magic of that first. Because I know what rating I gave it the first time. It wasn't a 5, but it was...
Well, this is very, very thick in the pour.
Yes.
It is, and I will say, I do love Dugges Stouts. I'm not a huge fan of maybe some of their other styles, but they are killing it with the stouts.
Yes.
They have really, really been knocking it out of the park. So I'm always excited to try one of their new stouts. And this smells like just...
It does smell delicious. It
just smells like a candy bar.
So much
a candy bar in a glass. It is like a milk chocolate mixed with like more... like maybe a 70% dark chocolate.
Yeah.
And then some...
It's more towards cocoa powder than it is towards milk chocolate.
Yeah. It's like cocoa powder mixed with oh boy or something. Because there's this kind of like, I don't know, marshmallowy, vanilla-y kind of... I mean, this was like, what was it, double vanilla, very vanilla and chocolate stout? Yeah, you definitely get that. I feel like this is like... What's the Swedish dessert that's the marshmallow cream with the cookie base that's dipped in chocolate?
What? Marshmallow cream?
Well, no, it's some sort of cream, and then it's got a cookie base. So it's a cookie base, and then you swirl this like marshmallowy stuff on top.
Is it very light? Can you like lift it with your pinky finger because it's almost like air?
I've never tried to.
So that's
something like that.
Cocos top. No, but that's like coconut.
No. That's not. It's not the cone thing.
No, it's not the cone thing.
No, it's not the cone thing. It's got a little cookie, and then it's got this cream meringue kind of center, and then you dip it in chocolate. And it used to be that was the only version that you got, and now it's like you can go to certain stores and they've got like a menagerie of different styles of them. So it's what's that called?
But that is a cocos top. Chocolate top. Yeah, sure.
That's called
chocolate top. Chocolate top.
That's the dumbest ass name I've ever heard for.
But it's also cone shaped.
It is cone shaped, right? When you said cocos top, I think of the coconut conical. Yeah, more of a cocos top kind of thing.
Okay.
Or
we still haven't tried it, you know.
Yeah, but no, because I'm trying to describe this for our listening audience.
Yeah. Let's try it, and we can describe it.
And how reminiscent of a Swedish dessert it actually is. Yeah, that's just so rich.
Thick. It has a lot of bourbon and barrel notes. It has a lot of chocolate notes. What amuses me is the thought, because very early in the calendar, I don't think day one, but close to it, we had the Omnipollo Närke Tårtkaggen that you brought.
Yeah.
In my mind, you bought that as the same time as this one, or close to it.
Pretty
and
close,
I kind of put both of them in the calendar, and they ended up in opposite ends
of the calendar.
Of the actual dates. So that's a lot of fun.
It is.
Because they're the same size. As soon as they're wrapped, it becomes
they look the same.
I mean, let's be honest. When we reached down into the sack, when there's only one large bottle left, I kind of knew what this one was.
Exactly.
Like,
so I knew exactly what this was because there were only two cans, I think, of this size that it wrapped.
Like 5 days ago, we had 2000 or something. I don't remember how many days ago, but the 2007 Strong Suffolk Vintage Ale.
Yeah.
That was the largest of the bottles that was left to open.
Yeah.
And I knew I didn't want that as the last one because it had the potential to be crap.
True.
But this one would have been impossible to tell since wrapping. And that's a lot of fun.
It is.
Maybe next year we should only have beers of an identical serving size.
So we'd have to decide, is it like a 33 centiliter bottle or would
maybe.
it be like a 33 centiliter can?
I don't know.
But the problem is
We had an entire year to decide.
Well, the problem is getting the traditional, what I would call 33 centiliter beer can size is getting more difficult because of aluminum shortages and can making processes and stuff. They're becoming various shapes. It's like sometimes they're kind of like the thin stovepipe kind of. Yeah. And then they got the short ones, and then it would be difficult to do, I think.
Yeah, we'll need to do some research in the year to come.
To get all of those and to be good as well. To be something you want to actually have on the podcast. Yes. Maybe we need to start at the beginning of the year. And then
you can just buy 12 cans of this one.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun by the 12th day. You'd be like, well, after the third one in a row, you'd be like, well, I guess we know what this is.
But that was kind of last year when we kept opening Tilquin Mirtz variants with slight variation.
Well, that was a tough episode.
But those were different beers. No, the beers weren't that tough. They were pretty good. But
they were pretty good.
But finding something to talk about was really rough.
Yeah. So how does this compare to your previous experiences?
It matches up very nicely with can 2 and 3, but the first can that I gave a 4.5, it's not matching up to the 4.5.
So what made that one special? What gave that one a 4.5?
Right now, the aroma is not giving me as much bourbon or like chocolate or vanilla anymore. Now it's kind of giving me this sweet, roasted kind of a generic imperial stout. That's not to say that it's bad, but that first can was just
you always remember your first
banger through and through.
All right.
I think it's a bit. I mean, it is kind of boozy.
Oh yeah. No, it's definitely boozy.
Some of the flavors of the first can. I mean, the first time I had it. Hid that more. Maybe it was more chocolate, more vanilla that hid the booziness. Because the first can, I would not have guessed a single percentage above 10. This one, I mean, I believe it. If I blind taste this, I wouldn't guess below 13.
I would say the same thing. So 17% is really big, but it's not the brewery bourbon barrel aged over the head kind of just unbalanced craziness that they put out. So I would say for 17%, this is still very, very drinkable. It does come in. You don't get the alcoholic heat, but it comes in more, like you said, it feels like more like 13%. This was aged for 36 months on Heaven Hill barrels with added vanilla and single origin cocoa nibs from the Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republican?
Yeah, no, Dominican Republic. Look, it's been a really long.
It's been.
We're still feeling the repercussions of the last presidential election.
It's been a long.
It's been tough. So this is part of their exclusive series. I really like this beer
well, obviously.
quite a lot.
I mean, it is a really strong 4.25.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. 4.25 on this one. I think if...
Then I'll put it back to you. What's missing for you to give it a 4.5?
Honestly, it's too strong. It's that 17% really kind of hits a little too hard and brings it down a little bit. I think if it had come in at like 12 to 15, somewhere in there,
and then just taste it like 10.
Then the chocolate and the vanilla would have been much more prevalent, and it would have been much more of a, as they're going for, luxurious experience.
But it's very worthy of being the penultimate beer. Now I'm scared because we've opened 12 of your beers and 11 of mine. I'm scared of my last beer. I know which one it is. I'm scared it won't hold up tomorrow.
Well, I mean,
I think this will be...
Your anchor beer could sink the whole calendar.
Oof.
I know. No pressure.
Oof.
Better brought your A game.
We should have swapped these.
Oh,
this one...
This was better?
I genuinely don't know.
Oh, well. Let's wrap this up.
I'm scared.
But
our listeners won't know until tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow. I'm very excited.
Yeah, keep drinking it, dum-dums.